Hello everybody, welcome to a new guide. Today guys, we will discuss about hit. Hit is a new mechanic that was introduced in Tekken 8 and is very powerful. I feel especially the top players in the world are now finally able to understand this mechanic properly, and I feel it's so powerful. It's one of the key to actually become a very good player using hit properly. It's kind of hard to explain heat in general, so I will start first with some generic things that are valid for all characters, and then we might go a little deeper in detail with different characters. So, first thing you have to know is that heat, as I said, is a new mechanic. It is indicated by that blue line that you see under the health bar. Okay, it's a blue line that when heat is not active, as you can see, is just blue like that. In the moment you activate it, it actually becomes shine. As you see, I activated heat now with a move called heat burst, which is done with 2+3. And if you notice, the heat bar was not full. Okay, if you activate heat using heat burst, you will not get a full heat bar, but you will get a heat bar that is only partially full. Look at this. You see, it start already filled only on 2/3, so 66%. It's time limited, but you need to understand that if you keep attacking the opponent, the bar will go down slowly. So it's a mechanic that wants you to keep attacking. Okay, keep attacking. When you use hit, you always want to attack because the more you attack, the less the hit bar will slow down and fade. If you actually launch them, I believe it totally interrupts. You see, so the hit is not used at all during juggles. You can see here that the hit bar is not decreasing during combos. Then it start decreasing again once the combo is finished. So very important, if you have very little hit, okay, like let's wait a little so it will go down, and you launch the opponent when the hit bar is almost finished, like here, don't worry, you will not finish it until the combo is done. So you can use it at the end, for example, to finish with a hit smash. What I did there is Alisa hit smash. The hit smash is a move that you gain access only during hit. Some characters have one, like Alisa. Some characters have two, like Reina, that is here. And is always done only with 2+3. Okay, so 2+3 is the button. I suggest you to bind it. I actually have it on my analog. I don't know if you can see on my pad, but I got it here on my analog, right analog. Yeah, and as I said, it's a very powerful move normally. Alisa one is not that good, but in general is a good move. Okay, does good damage, and sometimes there's more properties. Some do floor breaks, like Shaheen does floor break. Reina has one hit smash that does floor break. I'm not sure about the mid one, but the low one does floor break. Majority of them are mid, and they are plus on on block. Like you can see that, for example, let's make Reina block. Okay, so if Reina blocks it, as you see, I'm +8. I can even with Alisa, I can even enter stance. That's not what I care about now. It's just like it's kind of like a rage drive in Tekken 7 if you play the game. It's a move that you can do once per round. It finished the hit instead of finishing the rage, like it was for the rage drive, and is a very strong move that even when blocked, give you an advantage situation. So the only problem is if you use it like at the beginning, you will just finish all the hit. So this is something we need to consider about it. In general, the thing that you will always need to consider about it is that during hit, even a block move will do damage. Every single move of your character, even a jab. You see, it does one damage, only one. As you can see, it's fully recoverable, but it does damage. It's not fatal though. So you cannot kill the opponent if the opponent is blocking it. However, you can reduce his health bar until 1 HP. And then every character has some special properties during hit. Some are stronger than others. For example, Alisa one is very strong because her chain's so cheap damage is huge, as you can see. It's like 11116. If she doesn't have it, look at the difference. It's a lot less, right? So I think it's double during hit. And this is very strong. And the other thing is that all the moves that enter hit, so hit burst, or moves that require you to hit the opponent, and that they're called hit engager like this. These are the moves that actually makes your health bar be your hit bar, sorry, being full, as you can see. Like if you use a hit engager, your hit bar will be full 100%. Okay. These moves are strong because during hit itself, you can use them. Oops. Okay, I can use this. Yeah, in that case, for example, launch the opponent. Okay, so they will be cancelled if you use them during hit. Okay, but you can launch the opponent, so they gain properties. I don't know, something random here. So it's very strong, and also canceling them means that. Oops. Canceling them allows us to be +5, as you can see. So you are plus. Near the wall, actually, you are not +5, but you are a lot more than +5. Where is reset position wall? You are +18. I think it also can depend on the move itself. But anyway, it goes, as you can see, the I don't remember the name. It's like wall crash, something like that. Like the animation of Reina, you can see Reina is like hitting the wall and recovering, and so you are plus a lot. Okay, really a lot. And also not only that, but the thing that they are very strong about is, I don't care if it's at the wall or not. Look the chip damage. Do you see how much chip damage they do? It's crazy. It's a lot of chip damage. It's 20 chip damage the last hit. And you do 2. So the first one is 3, the second is 20. You do 23 recoverable damage with it. It's insane. Of course, it's valid for every single hit engager. So, for example, let me think. Alisa has also this. You can see 1 plus 2. It does 19 recoverable damage. It's a lot, as you can see. If I don't actually use the hit cancel, so I don't press forward while doing the hit engager move, it will be normal. And as you can see, it does only 9 damage as a chip damage. Or if Alisa doesn't have hit at all, this move does only 6 chip damage. So as you see, the chip damage is actually increased. Okay. So you can see with chainsaws, for example, this also is a move that people do a lot. It does a little damage when you don't have hit, but if you have hit, it does a lot more, okay? And if you actually cancel it, I need hit for that. If you actually cancel it, because it's a hit engager, it's a lot of damage, as you can see. It's so recoverable, but it's a very good amount of damage. And this is something very important to understand. Chip damage in this game is incredible. So I lost some rounds versus some characters because I blocked too much. I literally got hit only 4 times once in a match versus Zafina. I died the same. 2 times he hit me with a hit engager because it was like Alisa hit engager forward 1. It was actually I think Scarecrow 2-1, something like that. It's like a 2-hit move, and the other time it was done for 1-1. So 4 hits in total killed me because I had so much chip damage to recover, and I didn't. So it's very important actually to do a lot of chip damage in this game. It's a very offensive game for this reason. And so here, the thing that I want to make you understand is remember to utilize your hit. Try not to lose rounds without activating it. You're literally is like you show yourself in a combat with somebody and you have a gun and you don't use it. Okay, it's that powerful. So use hit when you can. You can do it basically every time because of how strong hit burst does. His hit burst is a move that is +1 on block. Okay, it has armor properties. It only loses to lows and to throws, but only frame perfect. So a lot of time people will do a throw and lose 3. It also is +2 on hit and not on block. So it's always advantage. And it leaves the opponent crouch as well, if I remember correctly. So it's a very powerful move in general. You can also use it, for example, for combo. Like it will give you the old bound that existed in Tekken 6, as you can see. Okay, so you can use it in combo to activate the hit during a combo, and it's very powerful when you're using the same combo, a hit burst and a hit engager dash to finish, because the game will recognize you use them together. And so what it will do is that it will give you access to a very powerful move at the end of your combo to have unscalable damage. This is a very good way to actually have combos that do a lot of damage. Like, look at this, and then this. Oops, I did a mistake. So I do the combo, normal combo until here, then I activate it, then I use hit engager, and then I have one additional hit to do. And as you see, the scaling is 50% of the damage. It's not like in a normal combo, the last hit would scale a lot. Like I can show you. The last hit scale 30%, for example, here. In that case, the scaling is actually 50%, which means you do a lot more damage with the last hit. Alisa maybe is not the best example for this. Reina, on the other hand, as the best ender in the game when it comes to hit burst plus hit dash plus unscaled hit at the end. But as I said before, I suggest you to do this only if you can kill the opponent with the final combo, or at least reduce him to really 1 to 5 HP maximum. Like, you have to remember, if you do this, first, a lot of health will be recoverable. As you can see during combos, a lot of health is recoverable, okay? It's a lot of health can be recovered, as you can see. This is one thing, and the other thing is you will lose hit forever because you will activate the hit burst, but then you will also cancel it. Okay, so you lose the hit for all the round. So you have to understand, if you launch the opponent at the beginning of the round, like here, like especially at the beginning of the round, I don't recommend you to do something like this. Oh well, this didn't apparition, but you understand, right? I don't recommend you do something like this because the opponent will have a lot of health still to recover, is not dead, and you don't have it for the rest of the round. It's something you should do as an end, okay? Or at least to bring the opponent to the wall, because using the hit burst, okay, gives you better wall carry in general. Well, the random stuff, but it gives you, trust me, better wall carry. Okay, now in general, this is what it is. Things that I want people to understand. One of the biggest mistake I see novice do is round one fight, boom, like they start with this. As I say, I feel activating hit is better towards the end of the round, or if you want to finish your opponent. Using it at the beginning because of the way the health is recovered in this game is not something I recommend people to do. You might consider it with a character like Nina, Shaheen, or Kuma that have a move that can delete all the gray health. But even in that case, I still feel majority of the time it's not worth to activate hit this way. Why? Because also, something I noticed, I don't know if it's written somewhere officially, but it's something I noticed. When you have gray health to recover and you use hit, you recover health fast. I feel that a lot. Like I can play online and I see that once I activate hit, even during middle of a combo, I will recover way more health. So it's also a mechanic to actually recover you. This is very important. And also you have to know how dependent of it your character is. For example, Shaheen, you all know now, is my main, no? Until now at least. I feel Shaheen is a good character with or without it. Hit is additional for him. Like, yes, I use him in the classic way. So activate it using the hit burst and then the hit engager in a combo to kill the opponent. Or if I can land a hit engager, then I will start to do 50-50s. But I feel it's just good, and I still have to guess. So it doesn't change much if I can do the unblockable or just the slide, because the unblockable during hit is high, the slide is low, so the opponent always have to duck to avoid them in both cases. So it doesn't change too much. But for example, Alisa with hit is way stronger because of the way she does chip damage. So even if the opponent block your hits, you still win. It's not the same with all characters. Like Shane doesn't have increased chip damage on stuff, except for the standard thing. Reina is the same. Reina is very good, even without hit. In hit, Reina has a lot of damage because her Ender somehow scales with 70% instead of 50%. So she does like 100 damage with hit without, or at least 90, without any wall or any range. Just with hit burst plus hit engager plus the Ender. Um, but there are characters like Alisa, like Zafina, I would say even June that change a lot with hit. June will not lose life. Zafina is maybe the character that becomes the strongest in hit because she does more chip damage, she doesn't lose health, and her moves become armor from stance. So depending on your character, the hit will be stronger or less strong. Also, some characters are very strong hit smash. Low, for example, hit smash is super strong. The Bears hit smash, super strong. Alisa hit smash sucks. Literally sucks. Like it's very slow, it's straight, it's not good. But you don't need it. The fact is, remember, what does the hit smash do? Is a good meat in general, but ends also your hit bar, right? So why you need to use it if your character has a weak one? You can just use, mids. Alisa mid, this mid is super strong of Alisa. If it hits, it's a launcher, so it's even better than the hit smash to do more damage. If it doesn't hit, it gives me +5. Okay, you can see as I showed before. I'll just show again. It gives +5. And in terms of chip damage, it does 20 chip damage, while this one does 11 plus something before, like 14, 15. So actually, I feel with Alisa, unless you want to like maybe from here you can avoid some lows or something. This is just better. So you don't need to use the hit smash. Remember, if the hit smash of your character is not good, don't complain much. You probably have amazing hit engagers, like this. So now, okay, the hit bar was finished, but like with Alisa, I don't need to do the hit smash. I have amazing hit engagers. It's the same for other characters. See, like, for example, another character that doesn't have a very good hit smash is Lee because he has a decent low, okay, but it doesn't do too much damage and is -15 because it's a low. So the lows hit smash, I forgot to mention, they are not advantage like the other characters. Paul low hit smash is -12, majority is -14. Lee and Reina low hit smash is actually -50, so they're launch punishable. But you can just do this. It does 17 damage. It's +5. If it enters, is a combo. So you will know that with Lee, it's probably better to end the hit to use a hit dash. So I feel hit dash sometimes are way better than hit smash. You shouldn't just use hit smash just because it exists. Remember to focus on the strength of your character. Some are very good, as I said. Kuma is very good. Low is very good. Who else is very good? I'm thinking. I need to see the roster. Jean is very good, but Jean also has amazing hit smashers. So you can choose. King is very good. But like Feng. Feng one is decent because it's played from far. But in my opinion, if you are Feng, why should you use the hit smash? Okay, unless like use platform far, but it's slow. Instead, you have a 13 frame mid that gives you +5 and tracks and does 60 damage on hit or something like that. Because let me see how much damage. It's maybe 50. But like, so what is the need? This is all guaranteed. It's like 26 damage plus how much? 31 plus 26 is 60 damage. So what is the need of like doing the hit smash unless of course you hit the wall? But you see, like in this stage, it's not worth. This is lower, does less chip damage than the shoulder. Just go for the shoulder. So if your hit smash with your character is not that good, focus on your hit dash. Mistakes that I see people do. As I said, starting the round with this. This is bad. The other thing I see people doing this and then immediately canceling. Unless you're at the end of the round, it's not good to do this. I can understand it at the end of the round because if the opponent has no life, all you do is a choice into another safe advantage choice into another choice. So that makes sense. But if you're like in the middle of the match, like here, and then you do this, you just wasted all your hit for nothing. Use your hit. Remember, it gives you advantage. Fangs has amazing properties like he has this, or back one that does the on natural hit it does 44 damage. So remember, use the hit for as much time as you can. Don't waste it just like that for the sake of wasting it. Okay, unless the opponent is really, really, really low life, then I understand that. Otherwise, don't waste it. Okay, don't waste all the hit bar like that. I see a lot of people doing that, so don't do it. Other thing that I see people do, they start the round, somehow they got a lancer, okay? Now I don't know, I'm doing random things. What is it, like this? No, how is it? Guys, Joker help me. Okay. And they start and they immediately do this, into this, into this, into this. Good, you do good damage. Congratulations. You don't have it anymore. There's no need. There is no need. It's the beginning of the round. There is no need to use hit like that. Just go for the normal combo. Go for the normal combo, save the hit for later. The next combo you do, you probably can kill the opponent because he has a lot less life. Then you activate it. You are closer to the wall. The opponent has less life. There is less time, so the opponent has also less time to recover health. In that case, you use the hit. Don't activate hit just for the sake of activating. Just to do the max combo damage. I see a lot of people, when I was doing coaching in Saudi Arabia, a lot of people, they show me their combos. They immediately show me the combos with hit. The first combos they learned are the one with hit burst and hit dash and then the ender. I don't care about that because then in the game, the first thing they do every time they launch, they do that combo. And then they don't use hit for anything else. That's not the way to use hit, okay? It's okay if you kill the opponent. It's okay if you leave the opponent with 1 HP. But if you are at the beginning of the match, don't just use your hit burst like that, okay? Especially if you are gonna use also the hit dash. Very important to say. And then, in general, I feel this is everything about the generic usage of hit. You have to understand one thing that I forgot to mention. Some hit dash moves, so hit engagers cancelled, launch, others don't. Like for example, Feng, as you see, I cannot launch here. Like if I try to do a full combo here, I will not. See? Reina doesn't get it. However, and now I have to think about a move with Feng that is hit engager and maybe this. Does this launch? Yeah, okay. There are moves that are hit engagers that when done as a hit dash, they actually launch like this. Okay, and the good thing about these moves, in general about hit engagers, is that you will do less damage. The scaling compared to normal combo. Look at this. As you see, the scaling is 70% on the second hit. Okay, 70%. You can see it on the where is written damage on the square on the left. If instead I use a hit engager, the scaling is 49%. Can you see? It does a lot less damage. That's to balance the fact that hit engagers are lancers that are not only safe but also plus. So they have to do less damage. And also, they are better for ward carry. What I mean, look at this. If I do a normal combo, how many times I can jump? 4 times. Only 4 times. And then I need dashes or anything else. Because a normal combo has a normal behavior on the way the character is pushed. So every time you hit a character, it's pushed away further and further. If this mechanic wasn't there, you could do infinite jabs, of course, and this is not something the game wants. The game is programmed to actually give you limited access during combos, and that's why combos have to have different moves inside. However, if we do a hit dash. And I hope I can show you. Oops. No? Oh my. You see, I do 6. It was 6 jabs, not 4. Why? Because I will do less damage per hit. As you see, the scaling is higher. It's like we start a combo, the scaling will be similar to this. See, this is 40%. The scaling on the 4th hit is the 40%. On the 3rd hit, the scaling is 50%. We start with the scaling when we have hit. Okay, when we have hit, we start with 49. So it's kind of like we start one button later. Okay, but for wall carry is like we have 2 more buttons to use. So normally the generic thing people do when like Feng likes to start the combos like this. Okay, so what you do, if you do it from hit dash normally, and that is the same for every character, you do it. What? Now I did it, I failed, but this should be the thing. Okay, maybe with Feng you cannot. With Shane, I know I do that. But you can do way more hit before turn. Okay, that's the main idea. A lot of characters just do like Paul, for example. With Paul, with Shane, you just do 3-2 multiple times. Let me take Paul. Because Shane you always see in the other guys. I'm bored to show you only Shane. Um, with Paul, for example, if you do a normal, okay, let me show you normal without it. So you do 3-2, 3-2, and then it drops. Okay, so normally the combos is not the most optimal, but I mean, a good combo with Paul is something like that. Okay, this is very easy. Yeah. With it, you actually do 3-2, 3-2, 3-2. So one more time. You see? One more time. You do 3-2 3 times instead of 2. Okay, of course, this is not optimal. It's just to make you understand how the hit engagers give you access to more hit, to more hit during the juggles. Okay, very important. So another mistake I see people do is that when they launch with the hit engagers, they just do the normal combo. So this is the same combo they do from hockey. They'll do the same from you. They are leaving out a lot of damage and also a lot of work. So don't do that. Learn that you have some combos that function for normal, right? This, and then some combos that actually functions from the hit engager. And also remember, not every hit engager has actually a combo to follow. Only some. Very important. And then I think now we really explained everything of hit that is not character specific. If you want to know something character specific, I'll try to summarize a little. Alisa, as I said, similar to Zafina, she has amazing chip damage. Okay. Azuka, I honestly don't remember. I don't think Azuka is too. Yes. Azuka always has, just like also Brian. Okay. Azuka as her power up always active during. Okay. This makes Azuka stronger on some moves. So some of the moves of Azuka are stronger because of it. It's the same for Brian and Claudio. So you can think of them as the characters with power ups that are always active during Claudio, Brian. Azucena is a little. She's a little stronger during her stance. She does more damage when she avoids things. She launch on the lows and does a knockdown on the heights and throws. But in general, is not that powerful. The best thing for her is the fact that her hit engagers will launch. Ryan, as I say, is just like Azuka. Devil Jin gain access to a very powerful, even if he now is nerfed, hit smash, and some moves gain access to power ups like the laser. Some moves become safer, like forward 3+4. So in general, better moves. Dragunov, the taker god, the taker of Dragunov is unblockable. Like you cannot skip it. You can skip still the choice after, but you cannot skip the tickle itself. Okay, it will be blue spark, and also Dragunov hit smash is very powerful. So it's very fast, does a lot of damage, and does access at the end of it to a free tackle if Dragunov decides to go for it. Feng, as you saw here before, as you have seen, he gain access to back one that guarantee a very strong shoulder after. 3+4, which is this kick move that stunned opponent. Warang has access to a 10 frame counter that launch during hit, and of course Warang does a lot of chip damage because of pressure, so it's strong in general with the normal mechanic. Jack has a 10 frame hit smash, the only one in the game. It's super powerful, it does a lot of damage with 10 frame. I think it's the second most powerful or third most powerful hit in terms of damage, and it's very fast. Just its height, it's unique in that sense. Very strong for that, and I think also it recover more life and hit bar, which is something we didn't see until now. The hit bar, when it's consumed, it can be recovered if it's not finished by some card. Jack is one of them. If Jack guards the opponent, it can recover something. Jin gains access to a very strong hit smash that you can choose to do to wall splat or just for the damage. It's the only one in the game that can both wall splat and do floor break with the same hit smash. You just have to decide which follow-up to do after. June will not lose life when she does her power-up moves, when normally she actually loses life, and her hit smash recovered life. Kazuya transforms in Devil Kazuya, and as we become super strong, he has a very good hit smash that is low, that is only -14 and does a lot of damage. All the electrics of Mishimas when they are in hit, I forgot to say, are actually electrics even if you don't do the correct input. Like you do only win Godfist. And yeah, in general, Kazuya become even stronger in his victory. King during his special running gains access to armor now with the hit, and if he lands the RKO, actually he will recover a lot of his hit bar. Also, his hit smash is the strongest in the game when it comes to damage. It's not the strongest in terms of speed, but he has amazing range and does a lot of damage. Very powerful. Kuma has maybe the best hit smash in the game right now. 13 frame, 55 damage, and a lot. Really super powerful hit smash. And long as well. You can even punish lows that are -13 with that, and it actually floor break as well. So it's a 55 starter in some stages. 55 damage starter, 13 frame starter in some stages. Very strong for that. Also has access to a fake electric, which is special mid +5. But if you don't do it with electric motion, but only with 2+3, it will lose some hit doing that. Also, he can power up faster his chip damage moves from stance. Lars has access to a very strong mid armor move that is forward 3+4, which leads to a full 50-50. Is very scary during hit because of that. However, doing this move will consume a huge amount of his hits, so he can use it only twice. Law has access to power up moves like his 1+2 nunchaku move. In hit always it becomes safe and always launch, and it will consume some hit for that. And also his hit smash is 14 frame is very strong. Lee doesn't need to do just frames to do his very hard move like the one with Marvelous, like 1-3-3-3 especially. It's super easy to do. And if you actually do them correctly, you will not make the timing wrong, so you already do them perfectly. You will recover hit. Leo, I don't remember what Leo does, guys. Sorry, I don't see Leo much. All his moves gain access to actually a follow-up. Like his Hell Sweep has 3 hit in less. Instead of 2 hit, is 3-1 also as a 3rd hit. But it's not very common to see Leo. But yeah, that's it. Leroy, he does a lot more chip bar with his 1+2 moves. Very powerful chip damage dealer now. Just like Zafina and Alisa, it does a lot of chip damage. And Nina. Lily, I don't remember. Lily is so strong in general. Oh, she has access to a back turn, low, hit smashers. her front smasher is not that powerful, but the low one from Backton is very, very powerful. And also, she has power up version of her moves from the back three stance, which in this game became super viable. Very strong. Nina is very strong because her guns will do more damage. Her hit smash is actually very nice. And she has a armor move, mid for 1+2, the blunt bomb, that actually become hit engager. Very strong, very, very strong. Especially her damage with the guns is enhanced not only as chip damage but also on hit. So while standing 1+2, which is a 13 frame punish, does a lot of damage, really a lot of damage during hit. Panda is same as Kuma but doesn't gain the electric. He has a weaker actually hit smash because it's 15 frame and does less damage than the Kuma one. But he has access, she has access to the shooting star, which is a move normally for Xiaoyu, and there's a better sit game than Kuma because of that. Paul, the smasher of Paul will splat from very far but consume some bar if you don't activate him as a hit engager dash forward. Otherwise, of course, it will be cancelled. And also, his hit smash is actually a low that is -12 and does a lot. Raven shadow moves become safe, and actually, if they land, they will replenish Raven hit bar again. Also, his hit smash is very low. Reina, I don't know why, but Reina is the only character in the game that has access to 70% instead of 50% scaling if you use hit burst and then hit dash into the ender, which is the stomp. Okay? So she does a lot of damage because of that. And also during her stance that where she power up like this, which I don't remember the name, she does parry to everything just like a Yachi. Shine, the charged move of Shine become unblockable during hit. I mean, sorry, break the guard and become +13 during hit. And doing forward back 2 with Shine up forward 1 or running 2 and hitting the opponent will recover hit bar. Steve, if I remember correctly, gain access to a unique 50-50 situation from dash throw. Similar to what Bruce had long time ago, like in Tekken 2, where you have to choose how to break the throw with 1, 2, or 1+2. There's a lot of damage. Victor up forward 1+2, which is like his teleport Excalibur thing with the sword, becomes safe. Does a lot of chip damage as well. This is the main reason to use the chip. Xiaoyu become a monster, maybe just like Zafina. Maybe they are the two strongest in the game when it comes to hit usage. She gained access to a new follow-up after forward 2-1, which is steppable on one side, but it's +4 if blocked, and is natural combo from forward 2-1, so it does a lot of damage and was splat. It gains access because of this move also to a new ender of the wall that does a lot of damage, and their Hypno move becomes super strong. Hypnotis 3, which is the low, grant 3+4 after for 40 damage. Hypnotis 2 will wall splat, and if you cancel it, it will actually give you full loss. Super strong. Yoshimitsu moves become power up, does a lot more damage with 1-1. Basically, is like Yoshi has NSS, so knows war stance also when she has war with it. Very strong. Zafina, as I said before, she has increased chip damage. All her Azazel move don't require you to have to destroy your health. Incredible chip damage machine, and she has access to 2 hit smash. Both of them are crazy strong. Probably she has access to the strongest maybe hit smashes in the game. Might be after Kuma. After Eddie, if I remember correctly, is a hit smash, is super damaging, and during the hit, I think he has power up moves and he has access to new moves. One is a hike +9 launcher. The other I think is mid, doesn't launch, but similar to Azuka with running 1+2 and forward 1+2. Very similar. And yeah, that's it. This video is not as long as the others, but it's still very long. So I hope this video helped you guys. Let me know if you want to know more. Of course, this was a hit guide for everybody, so not specific to one character. I hope I highlighted the wrong way to use hit and also the good way to use it, which is finish your opponent. Try to do as much cheap damage as you can with hit. If you don't feel your hit smash is good, just use your hit engager dash. Think of them in the same way. And yeah, that's all I can do. And remember, use the hit. Do not die in a round without using it. It's really a waste. Thank you once again. Ghirlanda here. Hope to see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.